Reaching the age of 60 is a fairly significant milestone, and lots of people deal with it in different ways. I'd like to talk to you today about 16 truths about turning 60. Some are universal, some are personal, but I hope that they help you on your journey. My name is Margaret Manning. I'm with 60andMe, and I thank you for being here. Hope that you find this conversation something that you can apply to your real life. It's what we do here at 60andMe, try to make it practical and actionable and help you on the journey. We're all in this together. Now, our sponsor for today's show is International Living. International Living is a company that helps others to think about retiring overseas and provides lots of resources and information, questions that you might have on your mind. So check out their website, internationalliving.com/60andme, and check out the resources that they've got available. They've got reports that they will send to you just by providing your email, no obligation, and I highly advise it if you're thinking of retiring abroad. So this topic about turning 60, Penelope Whiteley is one of our bloggers, and I love her writing style. She's very down to earth and just lays out here the universal truths about 60 years old. I mean, I know personally that I was 59 for about 3 years. I just couldn't make that leap. And in fact, it was the motivation for getting started with 60andMe because I just knew I had to at some point own up and be 60. But this turning 60 point is really dramatic, and maybe something that you're dealing with right now too. Lots of emotion and lots of fun things that come as a result of getting a bit older. Now, she talks about how difficult it is to define our group. Like we're not the normal demographic, so that's one thing. But this is the 21st century, right? And this is a time when we're all doing things that are a little bit different, determined, some of them by technology and the open world that we find ourselves in now, the ability to travel, to visit new places and connect with cultures and people we never did before. Now, you may say that 50 or 60 is the new 50 or the new 40, but it is what it is in its own reality. And here are 16 things, I'm going to try to go through them quickly, that we must embrace as we get a little older into our 60s. And be excited about the fact that the external beauty is being replaced by inner beauty and wisdom and, just connection to a deeper reality. And also that, this new brand of beauty gives us a confidence to engage in relationships in a different way, and to find friends who are like-minded, to seek out our sisters. We've got a really cool card in our Aging Beautifully deck of cards. This is 46 cards about life and in your 60s, and it says seek out your sisters. And this is one of the things that Penelope definitely does, and I do as well, because I think we're here to help each other. We're here on the journey, and we're kind of not baby boomers, we're super adults. This is what Penelope says, and I kind of agree with her. We just have got we've got a lot of the same vulnerabilities and questions and concerns, but at the same time, we have got superpowers. We are able to live our lives in a much richer, different, deeper way. So the first thing, certain things we have to embrace. I'll go through these quickly, but read the article. It's really fun and frivolous as Penelope is. But first thing is to embrace challenge and change. Don't fight it. It's going to happen. And it's very deep because a lot of the change is intense. It can be a divorce. It can be the loss of someone that you love. But challenge yourself. To accept and embrace change, because honestly, if you don't get a grip on this one, this is going to be with you your whole life after 60. Change is inevitable and it's hard, but it's real. The second thing is to trust your intuition. This is where this wisdom comes in, where the fact that we've been around for 60 some years means that we've got just a little bit of understanding that we didn't have when we were younger. So trust your intuition. Never guess your gut feeling. There's a reason for it. The next thing is learn to say no. No. It's a full sentence, no. You don't have to explain why. Just learn to say no. Don't be a people pleaser anymore. You don't have to be. You don't have to be a good girl. You just have to be you, respect and be yourself. It's a gift. It's a gift to have reached this time. So just, you're able now, you're giving yourself permission to say no. Choose your friends wisely. That's a really cool one. I mean, it was true when you were younger, and it's actually very true now. Don't waste your time anymore on people who are toxic in your life. And this includes family. And I hate to say this because it's so hard, but so many women in their 60s are dealing with family environments, family situations that are so painful that they've just got to say no to it now. They've got to let it go. And just say that, you know, your family or your friends, but I need to move forward with positivity in my life. Choose your friends wisely. The next thing is to be happy. You have a choice always to dress the way you want, to travel where you like. Just do the things that make you feel good. Adopt a mantra of joyful living. It's really important. And Penelope is a perfect example of this. She's had many challenges in her life. I know her personally. I've met her in person, and she's like you, been through a lot, but she is determined to be happy. Whereas my little grandson always says, "Don't worry, be happy, Baba." And even kids get it, So try living alone is another one of her things that you might want to embrace as you get to be 60. You may have lived with a partner that has been not a good situation for you, and we've written an article and also did a video on this whole idea of, knowing when to let go of an unhealthy marriage and relationship. But try living alone. Think about co-living if you can't afford to live by yourself in an apartment. Think about ways to live alone, but maybe with other people around you. This is a tough one. Save money. Just save every penny you can, because you may not have saved enough for retirement, but save what you can by not buying things you don't need anymore. And also the other important thing is to find an income. Find a way that you can have a little bit extra on top of your pension or Social Security. You may end up having to work until you're 80 years old, and that's just so be it. Some of us made decisions that are making that the only way to go forward. So I think you need to respect yourself and your decisions you've made and move ahead. That's another thing to embrace. Of course, stay healthy. This is it probably is the number one, is it permeates the whole conversation. You can't do anything if you're not healthy and feeling well. So you've got to take that time for yourself and just, watch your diet, exercise, do some yoga. You can check out our yoga videos on 60andMe. They're totally free here on YouTube. And just do something for yourself. Do some exercise and stay healthy. Another one, getting close to, we're not all the way through yet, but she's about 16. You can read the article. It's a really great article. I'll just pick a few more here, but talk to older people. Like, you may think that you're old, but talk to older people in their 80s and 90s and listen to them. They may have an old-fashioned view of something. They may not have done it the way you did it in your 60s, but they're talking to you from the place that you are now talking to 30 and 40-year-olds. And imagine, you know how helpful that can be. So talk to older people, find out about their lives, make notes, write a book, do something to make those memories stay. Read more and write a book. Try that out. Be independent on every level. Know how to deal with stuff, like how to deal with your housing, the local government, the rules and regulations in your culture. Just know stuff. Because, I always write down, for example, telephone numbers now as I think of them. Because then I think, the day that I need help with something, with plumbing or whatever, I'll know where to go. And just keep yourself informed. Take control of your life. Another thing is leave the bad things behind you. Of course, this is tough. You've got to leave the negative memories, the mistakes, maybe the regrets, things you did that you maybe thought were at the time the right choice, but turned out to be a difficult decision. Stop worrying about what others think of you. This is another one. I don't think I'm going to read all the 16, but this is probably one that most people will agree with me 1,000, 1,000,000%. Don't stop worrying about what people think. They don't care what your bathing suit looks like. They don't really care what your hair looks like. They don't care about anything. Honestly, that is the beauty of being invisible. And I'm not saying that you have to be invisible, because you switch that invisibility cloak on and off when you like to. It serves you well. But, just be relaxed about who you are, how you dress, what you do. Yeah, if you care about I care about beauty and makeup. I like fashion, but you just have to do it for yourself. Just do it for you. What else? And then this goes along with Penelope is also a fashion stylist, so dress like you mean it. And that means dress but in a way that it expresses who you are. It tells the world who you are and what your personality is. It starts a conversation. And that's also about being a lifelong learner, which is another one, which is, listen to books, read books. If you can't read the small print anymore, I have trouble with that sometimes, get an audiobook, read books and live your truth. Know that you have been given this amazing gift to be 70, 60, 70, 80 years old, and just have fun with it. And don't let these truths are universal for everybody, men and women, but they're particularly personal for you. So I hope that you've enjoyed listening and learning. And I'd love your feedback. What do you think? What is your truth about being 60? What are some of the things you think we've talked about here that are absolutely the way you're living your life? Have a really good day, everybody. Do something fun for yourself. Go pamper yourself, or just be kind to you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk again soon. Have a very good day. Bye-bye for now.